For many people, the presidential election is the most important thing to vote for. But to me, I think otherwise. Today, the Game Awards nominations came out, which means you can vote what you think is the game of the year. This is something that you can do every year instead of every 4 years. I am so excited to vote for the Game Awards now. Now, I have heard that this is a controversial Game Awards year, apparently. Only reason why I know this is I was trying to sleep because I just came back from Texas because I came to the Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight. And Coleman was calling me at like 11 o'clock as I was trying to get some proper sleep. And he was like, Max, you gotta be here. We gotta do the Game Awards. I'm like, no, I'm gonna sleep, dog. I'll talk to you later. 12:15, he calls me again. Max, bro, you're not gonna believe this. The Game Awards is horrible. You're not gonna believe this. I'm like, bro, I want some sleep. I just want some sleep. So I hung up on him. And here we are, 3 hours later. I don't know anything about what the stuff was nominated. I am expecting to hear that maybe the Elden Ring DLC got nominated for the Game Awards, for at least Game of the Year, because there was a recent rule change that people have found on the Game Awards website where they're going to be considering DLC expansion packs a part of Game of the Year, which has been quite controversial already, and a very debatable argument if we can really count that. But I'm expecting that. I'm hoping the new Zelda game got nominated. I had a lot of fun with the new Zelda game this year. Unexpected fun, honestly. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started and start voting in these categories. Content Creator of the Year. Wow. The best photo they had for this guy was behind a Waffle House. I don't know if that's the actual profile picture for the YouTuber / streamer. But for a streamer or content creator who has made an important and positive impact on the community in 2024. Y'all know how I always feel about this. I feel that they need to separate the content creators and the streamers. I know that it is content creation for streamers, but they always seem to have a focus on streamers getting nominated for this rather than actual, like YouTubers, video content creators. And I don't know any of these guys. Typical gamer sounds familiar, but I mean, I'm willing to bet that every single one of these people right here are more streamers rather than videos, the YouTubers. And I know Jeff Keighley, this is the category that always gets so much hate, and I don't know why Jeff Keighley does nothing to fix it. I remember when RGT85 was on a Twitter space with him, and he was like, bro, what's up with this? It's always streamers. Where's the people like Scott the Waz? Scott the Waz should have been nominated for this a long time ago, and he's not. I mean, there's plenty of video content creators out there that should be a part of this, and I think a lot of us can agree that Scott the Waz should have already been here a long time ago, and Jeff Keighley knows that because people always bring that up to him, but he's yet to do anything to change that. I'm not gonna vote in this because I think it is just... I think it's horrible what they're doing. I really think that there's going to be a streamer content of the year and then a video content creator of the year. I mean, they even label streamer as in here and content creator as two different things in this statement right here. I just think this is kind of messed up. The hot take maybe, but I'm always annoyed by this. Most anticipated game. So you got Death Stranding 2, you got the sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, you got GTA 6, you got Meteoroid Prime 4, and then you got Monster Hunter Wilds. For me, Death Stranding 2, I know a lot of people are going to be surprised by that, is my most anticipated game. I'm obviously excited for Meteoroid Prime 4, but I am a huge Death Stranding fan. I think Death Stranding is one of the best video games I have played. I'm a huge Norman Reedus fan. I thought that Death Stranding was incredible, and I never in a million years expected Death Stranding to get a sequel. So I'm just very excited for this, and that is going to be my most anticipated game. I think the one that's going to actually win this award, though, is probably going to be GTA 6. Best Adaptation. I'm actually kind of excited for this. I know this was a new category they added a few years ago, and I think it's awesome to see because now we're getting so many video game movie/TV shows out there. But let's see what's on the category here. We got Fallout, Knuckles, Yakuza, Tomb Raider, Arcane. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't watch Fallout. I wanted to watch Fallout, I just got way too busy. I wasn't able to watch it when it first came out. I think that the only thing I watched out of this was Knuckles. So I'm gonna vote Knuckles. I thought Knuckles was great. It had some issues, like I felt they focused too much on the human characters rather than Knuckles himself. But I'm guessing it was probably a budget issue because, you know, CGI is super expensive. But I think Knuckles should win this one. Best multiplayer game. For outstanding online multiplayer game and design including co-op, massive multiplayer experiences. We all know what multiplayer is. So I think H-Divers is probably going to be the one that wins this. I didn't play that because I knew people were going to drop that game fast. Everyone was trying to tell me this game was not going to get dropped fast, but I was like, I'm not paying $40. I know in like 2 months from now, there's going to be no one talking about this, and I feel like I was correct. So I didn't buy the game. I'd probably Call of Duty. Also, that's probably going to be his win. But I'm going to go with Mario Party, obviously. Best sports/racing game. Okay, we're going to go to the next one. Best family game. Okay, this is always the Nintendo category. So let's look at our options here. We have Astrobot. That's probably going to get nominated for the game of the year, I bet. We got Princess Peach Showtime. We got Mario Party Jamboree. We got Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. That's one I'm hoping gets nominated for game of the year. And then the Plucky Square. Now, I've heard some good things about all these games. I hate Princess Peach. I saw a lot of potential with Princess Peach Showtime. I gave it like a 6 out of 10, so we're gonna throw that out of here. Mario Party Jamboree, we'll throw that out too. For me, it's gonna be between Astrobot and Zelda. I really enjoyed Echoes of the Wisdom. I think I'm gonna have to go for that being the best. Well, actually, I don't know if that's family, though. After thinking about it, this is for best family. Best appropriate game for family play. Mario Party is probably the thing that should be a part of that, then, after thinking about it. Because that's multiplayer. I don't even think Echoes of Wisdom has multiplayer. I don't even know if Princess Peach has multiplayer. Astrobot, I'm pretty sure doesn't. Maybe I'm looking at this the wrong way. But the only thing on here with multiplayer is Mario Party, and I feel like that's the only thing that makes sense to be best family game. Because if I think of a family game, I'm thinking of something that everyone can play. I think I have to go with Mario Party. I was gonna do Zelda. I prefer Zelda as a game rather than Mario Party, but in terms of family play, I have to always go with the Mario Party game. Best fighting game. Oh man. So, Multiverses, that game had so much potential. I think the fact that it was a free game is really what ruined that game, because all the updates are coming late. I'm telling you, if that was like a $60 game, that game would have been super successful. People would have been talking about it still. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, I haven't played it yet because the physical comes out this Friday, so I didn't buy it digitally. I know that's a great game, and I know if I would have played it, that would have been what I voted for, but in this case, I didn't play it, so I didn't vote for it. Can't vote for it if I didn't play it. Kind of my rules. Multiverses is the only thing I played here, but I don't know if it deserves best fighting game this year. So in all honesty, I'm not going to vote here. I'm surprised Persona 3 isn't here, because I figured Persona 3 was going to be taking over a lot of these categories. If you guys don't know, I really don't like Persona 3. But I didn't play any of these games, so I can't really vote in this. There's a few reasons why I haven't played certain games. Metaphor, I know that's coming to the Switch too, and these games take me forever to beat. I'll probably be almost done beating Metaphor by the time it comes to Switch 2, and I'm just a Nintendo guy, I gotta play it on Switch 2. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, there's a reason why I haven't played it. I own the game, but I have an agreement with Coleman, which is why I have not played said game yet. Best Action and Adventure. Wow, okay, for Best Action/Adventure game combining combat with puzzle solving. Okay, Astrobot, from what I had played, and the only reason why I didn't beat it is I just don't have enough time. I love Astrobot, it's just I do not have enough time to play these PlayStation 5 games. A lot of times my free time goes towards the Switch. But that didn't really have many puzzles from what I had played. Prince of Persia, now that had a lot of puzzles. I was having a lot of fun with Prince of Persia. That's a Meteoroidvania game right there. So that has honestly a pretty good chance of winning this category. Silent Hill 2, I didn't know that it had some, well, I guess action adventure, that kind of makes sense. But that's more horror. I wouldn't put Silent Hill 2 in this category. That might be a hot take. Star Wars Outlaws, I heard this game was horrible, so I don't think it's going to win anything. And then Zelda Echoes of the Wisdom. I mean, when I think puzzles, I think Zelda. This had so much of that. I gotta go with Zelda here. Best action game. Okay, so I didn't play any of these, so we're gonna go on to the next one. But I forgot Stellar Blade released this year. That could be something that gets nominated for the Game of the Year. Wukong probably got nominated for Game of the Year, is what I'm guessing. H-Divers, wow, there's a lot of games that could get nominated. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna be in this now. Best VR, ah man. I wanted to play Batman Arkham Shadow, but I'm not buying another MetaQuest just to play that. I have my MetaQuest 2, it's perfect. It might not have Batman, but I don't need a MetaQuest 3. The only reason why I would buy that is for Batman. Best mobile game? I don't play mobile games. I play the Switch, which is practically a mobile device in itself. Have you seen how the games run on there? Best debut indie game? Ooh. I gotta go with Balatro. This game shocked me. I didn't think I was going to like Balatro, but I did. Balatro's a really fun game, guys. Best independent game for outstanding creative and technical achievement. That has to go to Balatro, man. I'm sorry. I think Balatro is probably one of the most creative games I have seen out there. Balatro deserves that. And if Balatro is going to win anything compared to the last category in this, I think Balatro deserves this category big time. Best independent game goes to that for sure. Best community support. I've always said this every single year. Now, I know Baldur's Gate 3 had a major update, but it has to go to Fortnite. The way that Fortnite has continued to come up with so many updates every single year. I mean, Fortnite always comes up with new things, like every 3 months. It's crazy, man. I think Fortnite deserves this. I mean, I guess No Man's Sky in a way. The way that it evolved from what it used to be to what it is now, but Fortnite for sure. Best ongoing awards to a game for outstanding development and content. I gotta go with Fortnite once again, man. I think we can all meme Fortnite, but the updates have been actually incredible to see have happened with Fortnite, and I think Fortnite deserves that. Games for Impact. Oh, okay. Alright, so I did not get a chance to play the new Life is Strange. I love that series, and I'm hoping in a few months to play that. I didn't play any of these games. I heard this Tales game was not that great. I don't know anything about these, so we're just gonna go on to the next category. And accessibility. Okay, so Prince of Persia has a lot of accessibility modes. Accessibility, sorry. But I've seen Star Wars have some pretty incredible modes of that too, but I didn't play Star Wars. Didn't Diablo 4 come out like 2 years ago? Why is that here? I might be wrong, but that definitely came out. That shouldn't be here, right? That came out like last year during what, like June or something? Interesting. I think Prince of Persia or Star Wars kind of deserves this. I'm gonna go with Prince of Persia. Best performance. Wow. Is this the person that plays Max in the Life is Strange games? Gotta go with her. I think Max has done, or Hannah has done an incredible job over these years playing as Max. When I played the original Life is Strange, I was like, wow, that's an incredible performance that she put on. And I'm sure in Double Exposure, she has just as well as an amazing performance. I want her to win. I know I didn't play Double Exposure, but I'm voting in my past experiences of the first game. Best audio design, I think this has to go to Astrobot. I think the way that Astrobot has its audio, especially if you're playing with a headset, I thought was incredible. I think Astrobot has a lot of things that it did that was pretty incredible, and I think the audio design is definitely one of them. Call of Duty? Maybe? I don't know. That's interesting to me. Best score in music. I'm surprised once again to not see Persona 3 mentioned in here, because the Persona series is always talked about with its music, and I don't think we've seen a single category with Persona 3 Reload in it. Interesting. I mean, I know Jeff Keighley and the team seems to not like those type of games in their awards. So maybe they were like, oh, it's either Metaphor or Persona 3. We're not putting both of these games here. So I think I would go with Astrobot with this. The soundtrack was pretty good. I'm sure if I had played Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, that would have been what I would have voted, because I always thought that the remake, the first one, was incredible with the soundtrack, but did not play Rebirth, so I'm trying to avoid voting for things. I think that's fair, right, guys? Don't hate me for it. I know a lot of people probably would have wanted Rebirth to win that one. Best art direction for outstanding creative and technical achievement. I think I gotta go with Astrobot on this one again. Astrobot it's a game that I don't think is better than the 3D Mario games, but I think for what it's done, because a lot of these type of games you don't see the collectathons anymore, and the way that PlayStation did it, especially with the DualSense controller, I think they did so many things incredible with that game. The art direction in it, I think, was brilliant. Best narrative. Okay, well, I didn't play any of these. On to the next category. Best game direction. Awarded for outstanding creative vision. Creative vision. Okay, so I'm looking at it from the point that creativeness. I think Balatro does that. I think Balatro is such a creative concept where they made a roguelike card game. I mean, guys, think about that. How do you make a roguelike card game? Who thinks of that? That deserves that. That's creative. And the way that they do it in that game is creative. Man, I hope that Balatro wins something here in its creativeness. Game of the year. Balatro got nominated? What? Oh, man. I see why Coleman called me now. Wow. So no Zelda. No Silent Hill 2. Bro. Oh, man. No wonder why Coleman called me. Wait, no Persona 3 Reload. Persona 3 Reload didn't get nominated for anything. Yes, this is the best game awards of all time. Yes, Jeff Keighley. That's incredible. Yes. Yes. You know what? This is an incredible year for the Game Awards. Yes. I love this year so much. So, obviously, the elephant in the room is that we have a DLC expansion nominated for Game of the Year. I can see why they do it, but ultimately, I believe there should be a separate category where you're talking the best DLC expansions. Because there's DLC expansions every single year at this point. You can make a category for that. So that shouldn't be here. I mean, it stinks to see that this is when they implemented that rule, because Xenoblade 3 Future Redeemed, bro. Oh my goodness gracious. That was incredible. I wish that would have been there before. I get it, because I know some of these expansions, they feel like a whole new game at times, but that doesn't go for everyone. Ultimately, I think there should just be best expansion of the year, because there's so many that came out this year, you know, like the Alan Wake expansions. Interesting. Very interesting. We got Wukong. Isn't that like a Souls-like game? I could be wrong. I didn't play it because I saw the physical is coming out like way later, and I think this game ran bad, still probably runs bad. I don't know. I saw that game was all over the place when it first launched. Balatro. Wow, I was not expecting Balatro. I bet a lot of people are not happy about the fact that Balatro got nominated for Game of the Year. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, that makes sense. Metaphor, that makes sense. I mean, with how many it's been nominated already. Interesting. Astrobot, that makes sense. I guess ultimately there's not enough space. I probably would have gotten rid of Metaphor. I feel like a lot of people are talking about other games being better. I mean, I guess it's really hard to really do this type of thing, so I don't know. Balatro, wow. No Zelda. Balatro. Wow, I'm speechless. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so let's go over these games. What I think's going to probably win, looking at the games nominated, it's probably going to be either Final Fantasy VII Rebirth that wins or the Elden Ring DLC. And I really hope the Elden Ring DLC does not win, because that would be really bad if this ends up winning Game of the Year, DLC expansion. That could be damaging towards the Game Awards. It's already damaging to see this nominated, so wow, I'm still speechless. So for me, it's going to be between Astrobot and Balatro. Astrobot, I feel like, has so much potential. I don't think it's a better 3D Mario game. I know people were calling it peak 3D Mario. This game, for me, was a breath of fresh air due to the fact that Nintendo really is the only company that does these collectathons now. Some indie game companies like, you know, Super Lucky's Tale, that was great. That was a collectathon. Yooka-Laylee, those type of games, you don't really see collectathons anymore. So the fact that PlayStation came out with this, with Astrobot of all characters, because people were begging for like a full-on platforming game after the tech demo and the VR missions thing that they came out with. I think it was incredible what they made. I feel like the sequel, if there's ever a sequel to Astrobot, will have real competition of being called better than a 3D Mario game, because they'll learn what the mistakes was with that. And I think there's genuine chance that Astrobot 2 will be compared and maybe be better than the 3D Mario game. And then Balatro, I don't think I could nominate this Game of the Year for me. I thought this game was very creative. I thought this game was astonishing, but I don't, for me, see it as a Game of the Year contender. I feel like it's one of those games that you can put hours and hours into, but ultimately, I just don't see it as a Game of the Year thing. I see it for its creativeness. I see it as a lot of things, but for me, I can't call this Game of the Year for me personally. Black Myth Wukong, I didn't play it. Metaphor, like I said before, I would have played this already. It's just, I know that this is going to come to Switch 2. This is probably going to be a launch title to Switch 2. That's why I didn't play it. I did expect Persona 3 Reload to be nominated, honestly, guys. I'm surprised. Wow. And then Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, that's because I have my agreement with Coleman. That will eventually be played. I think with all things considering, I gotta go with Astrobot here. I think my actual Game of the Year was probably Zelda. I thought Zelda's Echoes of the Wisdom was incredible, but I think with what's being shown here, I gotta go with Astrobot. Nominations for the Game Awards are selected by media and influencer outlet. Wait, no. Is this... What? These are the people... Entertainment Weekly? You're telling me that Entertainment Weekly has the keys to figuring out what they want voted for the Game of the Year, and their vote matters? What? Bro, the Game Awards is horrible. What in the world? What? IGN? Have we seen IGN's track record this year with their reviews? What? LA Times? These are like non-video game outlets. Why do you have them here to set up the... What? Because these are the votes that really matter. This is the jury? What? Rolling Stone? Variety? Oh man, Jeff Keighley, what are we doing here, bro? I was just looking on the bottom of the website just out of curiosity. I'm kind of wishing I didn't look at this. This is horrible. I gotta stop looking at this. I'm done. Well, guys, that was the 2024 Game Awards voting session. We've done this every year since, I want to say, 2019? I think we've been doing this. Oh, I might have even done this in 2018, actually. We've been doing this every year since this channel was created. It's always been a fun thing to talk about, and I enjoy doing it. I know a lot of people don't really do videos like this, so hopefully you enjoyed this. We'll do it next year, and let me know what you guys thought of what was nominated here. What do you think should have been here, and what is your actual Game of the Year? It doesn't have to be something in the category. Unless it's something that is in the category, feel free to say it. But I want to know your guys' Game of the Year in the comments down below. And without further ado, guys, I have been talking for way too much. Make sure to backslash that subscribe button, like the video, check out the Twitter, check out the Discord, check out the Instagram, check out everything in the description. Become a Monado Marine. I'm trying to hit 15,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. Alright, can I hit the end recording button while looking at the camera? So this looks super professional. Totally not looking. Totally not looking. Bye, guys. Oh my gosh, it's not. Bye. Oh my gosh, no,